Choc, also known as the first legend in NBA 2K20. This guy rose to the top and got a lot of fame really quickly and fast this year. But ever since then, it's been a downhill spiral. So, what happened to this guy? If you have clicked on this video, I assume that you already know a little bit about Choc. This guy has one of the most unique and interesting stories of all time for the NBA 2K community. And to get to the very bottom of that story, we gotta throw it all the way back to where things started. In 2018, this is when Choc actually first started tweeting about 2K. Most people do not know this, but Choc, before he was a park player and a legend, he was actually a dedicated Pro-Am player. He was always competing on the top Pro-Am teams and playing against good competition. And in 2K18, his username was actually White X Chocolate. So a lot of people knew this guy in the Pro-Am community as White Chocolate. And this guy was a really good Pro-Am player, and he was pretty well known in the Pro-Am community. And later in this year, he did ask his fanbase that he somewhat had if he should change his name. And that name was going to be either Choc Stays On or Choc Trainer. But as 2K18 continued on, he wound up staying with the same name. And for the rest of the year for 2K18, we really didn't hear much out of this guy. So let's flash forward to 2K19. Choc was still currently in school at the time, so he was battling trying to be a streamer, Pro-Am player, and doing schoolwork. And if you are looking to be a full-time YouTuber, it's very hard to dedicate yourself when you have school. But with that being said, that did not stop his grind. In this video, I will not be showing pictures of Choc because I did make a video earlier on him in this year and he did report me. And I know you're watching this, Choc, and you a snitch. So yeah guys, I'm not going to be showing y'all pictures of him in this video for that instance right there, but stay tuned to the end and I will talk about that. Now, let's get back on with the video. As 2K19 kept progressing along, there wasn't too much success for Choc. However, he was still trying to prove that he was a top Pro-Am player. Then, on August 31st in 2019, Choc officially hit 3,000 subscribers. And right after that accomplishment for Choc, that is around the same time when NBA 2K20 was released. At the start of NBA 2K20, his name was Choc YTNTTV. And on September 11th in 2019, Choc was officially the first Superstar 1 in the world. So it was very obvious to see that Choc was giving this 2K everything he had. He even dropped out of college to give this YouTube stuff and 2K his full attention. And with Choc making the switch over from the Pro-Am community to the My Park community, this was a very smart move. He knew that he would get the most clout and attention if he was the #1 rep in the world. And long story short, that is exactly what he did. He absolutely grinded for the first legend. On October 4th in 2019, that is when he hit 40,000 subscribers. So he was definitely getting a lot of clout very fast. And right before Halloween, that is when Choc hit legend. And of course, with hitting legend first, you're obviously going to get a lot of clout. So with that being said, about mid-November, that is when Choc officially hit 100,000 subscribers. And quite frankly, things were looking really great for Choc. And around all this same time, he even joined the clan known DF, so he changed his name to Choc DF. So, right after he hit legend, it left a bunch of us wondering, is he gonna fall off like every top rep, or is he gonna keep grinding? And he answered that question. He kept grinding, and like I said, things were looking really good for him. He continued to grow his fan base really rapidly and produce pretty good content. Then, right before Christmas, that is when he got his 100K plaque. And I know you guys are probably like, yo Matt, why are you telling me this? Just keep it in mind. On his 100K plaque, it says it's to the name Choc DF. So currently at this point in time, things are still looking great for Choc. But however, right before Christmas, this is when things started to go downhill very fast. There is a clan known as Team Witness, and they're a pretty big part in the 2K community. All of the guys in the Team Witness clan live in the same house, so they're pretty close. Long story short, they wound up faking some beef and selling Team Witness to Overtime, and that is who they partnered with. Well, Choc didn't take too lightly of this. He called them out for the beef being fake before it actually was exposed. And Call the Man, T-Jack, and all of the clan members went right after Choc. I'm not going to throw up all the messages on the screen because y'all get the point, but I'm just going to read y'all what Cole the Man said. Cole the Man on Twitter goes on to say, dudes be talking crazy when they just started this YouTube shiz. Hit legend and think they are something special. Ego is through the roof. Humble yourself. At Choc. And the thing that really made Cole the Man mad was that Choc said on Twitter, who's trying to fake some beef with me so we can run up our view count. And Cole the Man didn't take lightly of this either, and he subtweeted it and said this. Stop trying to throw shots at me next time. Don't talk about views either. Don't let this temporary clout get to your head. This legend shiz will eventually die out. And those are the only ones I'm gonna read. Y'all guys get the point. He basically just started a whole beef with a clan and he is by himself. And oh yeah, you know how I told you to remember his plaque, how it said Choc DF on it? Yeah, well that is where this comes into play. Around this same time, that is when Choc actually left DF to be on his own. Also, a very another important fact I need to throw in there is that Choc started being friends with Ronnie 2K. And honestly, he really started sucking up to Ronnie and people hated it. And he actually wound up partnering with 2K and Ronnie 2K to give out a special VC bonus. And when that happened, everyone knew this guy was partnered with 2K and he was associated with Ronnie 2K himself. And as you guys know, everybody hates Ronnie 2K. And with Choc already getting some hate, this did not help his case at all. Anyone being associated with Ronnie 2K is obviously going to get some hate, but Choc was already getting hate, so this just added fuel to the fire. And then something dramatic just recently happened, and honestly, this might be the end for Choc. There was a VC glitch going around on 2K and players were getting a ton of VC. I am talking about an absurd amount of VC. There was people getting over like 500,000. And the best part about this glitch was that 2K was not aware whatsoever. But when this was going on, Choc tweeted this out and it absolutely set the community on fire. Choc tweeted out, yo, at NBA 2K, I'm probably the only person not doing the VC glitch. Please bless me for following the rules. Thank you. And yeah, I really don't have to say too much about that. You guys can guess what happened next. Basically, that's like a kid reminding the teacher to take up homework that they forgot to take up. And it really just pissed off the community and everyone in it, and it made every single person hate Choc even more. Everyone started calling Choc a snitch, and the memes they were leaving on his Twitter page, they were pretty funny. And with Choc being on fire and him knowing this, he tried to fix it, but it really just didn't work out. He went on Twitter and tweeted out, what are the odds we can get one more Puma Mania event for the people? Would be much appreciated, and added the whole 2K community staff. And of course, everyone in the comments once again killed him saying, oh, you're just trying to get back on our good side and blah blah blah. There was even people commenting saying, yo, I'm disliking every one of Choc's videos from now on, who's with me? And those comments were getting tons of likes, so it was obvious to see people literally started to hate this guy. And of course, Choc tried to persevere through all of this hate because quite frankly, he's always received hate. With him doing so, he wound up posting a video and yeah, it didn't go as planned. The video has over 3,000 dislikes and only about 1,500 likes. So I guess it's fair to say to the people that said they were gonna dislike his stuff, they weren't lying. He almost has 4,000 dislikes. That is a ton of hate. I don't think you guys understand how bad or how much hate you have to have for someone to dislike the video. And it's not going to be just this video. I can only see it getting worse from here. Things were really looking great for this man. He grinded for top rep, had a lot of fans, and everyone was supporting this guy. But after he hit legend, things completely went downhill. So is Choc going to continue to receive this hate and dislikes on his videos? Or will he regain that attention and clout he once got and get back on the good side? Only time will tell, and hey, I guess we'll see. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. Like I said earlier in the video, I did make a video on Choc way earlier in the year and it was no hate whatsoever. It was just about his grind. and he reported my video to YouTube for a privacy violation. And on the report it said because I posted a picture of him without his consent. And I messaged him, and of course we went back and forth at it, and I'm gonna be a respectful person and not throw our messages up on the screen because that's just who I am. But just talking to this guy, he's honestly a crybaby, and I know he's watching this, and I'm not saying I wish this hate upon you, but you bring it upon yourself, dude. He reported me for using a picture that he put on social media in a video. And quote unquote, he reported it because it was a violation of his privacy and he didn't want the picture on the internet. Guys, just think about that. That's some Flight Reacts logic. He reported the picture I used in my video because he didn't want it on the internet, but he posted it on his Instagram. If you didn't want it on the internet, then why did you post it? But hey, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you guys know that's just the type of guy he is. And I want y'all to keep in mind the video I made, I actually praised him in the video, so yeah. But hey man, with all of this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to my channel, what are you doing? Join the family, man, and hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.